Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Amity University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Century Ply and TVS Euro Grip.
Good evening and welcome, viewers. The Taliban has declared that women are not equal to men and they are effectively not human either. This is the latest revelation from the Taliban. The Taliban spokesperson says the principal job of women is to give birth. That's all. I'm saying this so that all the people who are saying let's give the Taliban a chance sort of ingest and digest this reality. The Taliban has said that women cannot be considered half the population of any country, especially not Afghanistan. They have made it absolutely clear that women cannot take part in politics. They have made it absolutely clear that women can never be included in government because women, according to them, are simply incapable of that role. And that in the view of the Taliban, the responsibility of women is just only to reproduce and give birth. That's it. And I'm saying this tonight because I want to further embarrass that human rights and gender rights industry of the West. I want to embarrass them. You should want to embarrass them as well, viewers. I want to further embarrass the media of the West, which tells their audience to believe in the Taliban, listen to them, and to just give them a little bit of time. Today, I also saw some images of whiplashed and bleeding backs of journalists in Afghanistan, viewers. They're just being brutalized. Hundreds of journalists, some say thousands, are simply being picked up and whiplashed. And anyone who is suspecting of reporting the truth about Taliban brutalities or the protests against the Taliban or the uprising against the Taliban, any journalist who reports this is ending up being brutalized themselves. Journalists are being picked up and beaten till they collapse and then dropped back with a warning to their families that the next time their throats will be slit. And while all of this happens, the activists who made their fortunes and made so much money on projecting themselves as global do-gooders have gone into their burrows like rabbits in denial or rabbits in fear. It is for us to take it from here. Because those who made money calling themselves liberal, who we call the pseudo-liberals, have become the bootlickers of these fanatics. Bootlickers of fanatics. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing less and nothing more than that. That's what we are debating at 9:30 and 10 o'clock tonight. At 9:30 tonight, as the voices against Pakistan rise in Afghanistan and reports alleging Amrullah Saleh's brother has been killed, we debate that at 9:30 tonight. At 10 o'clock tonight, silence by the global media and pseudo-activists as women are brutalized, journalists targeted, and dissent is crushed. What is the world waiting for? But on top of the show at 10 o'clock tonight, the feisty lawyer who the BJP has put up to take on Mamata Banerjee joins me on what her chances are, and here are the headlines. This Friday evening on the debate tonight. Taliban reduces women to reproductive machines unfit to be part of any government. Taliban points machine guns at women protesters, but the brave Afghan women march on. Journalists are being abducted and whiplashed by the Taliban. The liberals are silent on this attack on the media. Reports saying Amrullah Saleh's brother has been tortured to death by the Pakistan-backed Taliban. Women, children and youth across Afghanistan raised their voice against Pakistan. Stand with the Panjshir movement. And the BJP fields the feisty Priyanka Tibrewal against Mamata Banerjee in the much-awaited Bhabanipur by-election. And 5 months after the very heated Bengal elections, the ultimate battle is playing out in the constituency of Bhabanipur. Mamata Banerjee is contesting to somehow save her chief minister's position and taking on the young BJP's dynamic Priyanka Tibrewal. But does Priyanka have what it takes to beat a 3-time chief minister? She's joining me live to prove it tonight. Here are the developments and then a feisty first debate.
After losing from Nandigram, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has to get elected to continue as the Chief Minister. She's going back to her Bhabanipur bastion to fight to remain the Chief Minister. To take her on, the BJP has chosen their prominent television face in Bengal, Priyanka Tibrewal.
Mamata Banerjee, she says, now those who have kept that cut money, please return it back. So this is not an allegation, this is an acceptance. So there is no harm if we call you Tolabaz, because you have accepted that you are Tolabaz. So please do not teach us the language. Who is Dangabaz? Who is spreading and helping in the spread of this Danga? Mamata Banerjee. For Rohingya, she said that I will give them shelter in West Bengal. These were the words of Mamata Banerjee. So let me tell you, people are not killed for religious belief, but yes, people are stopped from following religious belief. You do not allow the Visarjan of Durga Puja just because it is Muharram the same day.
Priyanka Tibrewal has led the fight for the victims of the May 2021 post-poll violence.
ये स्लोगन तो उन्होंने खेला हो भी यूज किया था और मैंने कहा था खूनी खेला होने नहीं दूंगी। उसका परफेक्ट रिप्लाई जो है मैंने कलकत्ता हाई कोर्ट के थ्रू उनको दिया है, जिसकी वजह से अभी पैसे खर्चे करके सुप्रीम कोर्ट गए, क्योंकि लाखों रुपए खर्चा कर करके दिल्ली से बड़े बड़े वकीलों को उन्होंने बुलाया था। वहाँ ये छोटा सा वकील जो है उनको बहुत अच्छी सी शिकस्त मैंने दी थी।
BJP finally declares the name of its candidate for the by-election in Bhabanipur on 30th September. Priyanka Tibrewal is the name. She will be having a tough fight against Mamata Banerjee, who is TMC candidate for this by-election, who is 3-time CM of West Bengal. While Dilip Ghosh, the state BJP leader, is saying that Mamata Banerjee is the face of violence in Bengal, while Priyanka will be the face of protest against all odds done by TMC and the CM, Mamata Banerjee herself. So it's going to be a prestige fight for both the parties in Bengal.
Priyanka Tibrewal is not fazed by the political battle.
देखिए, मैं ये लड़ाई जो है वो किसी एक व्यक्ति के अगेंस्ट में नहीं लड़ रही हूँ। मेरी लड़ाई जो है वो अन्याय के विरोध में है, ताकि पश्चिम बंगाल के लोगों को न्याय मिल सके, और ये लड़ाई का सबूत मैंने पिछले 4 महीनों में आप सबके सामने रखा है।
Shuvendu Adhikari won the Nandigram seat by a slim margin of 0.9% in May 2021. In this David-Goliath battle, can BJP's Priyanka Tibrewal put up a real challenge? Let's debate.
Shuvendu Adhikari defeated Mamata Banerjee. Fair and square. Mamata Banerjee lost in Nandigram. Of course, it wasn't a very huge margin, but it was a big headline. It's like when Smriti Irani defeated Rahul Gandhi in Amethi. Big headline. Can Priyanka Tibrewal be the giant killer this time in this David versus Goliath battle? Viewers, she seems very confident, but Priyanka Tibrewal, you're on the debate with Professor Om Prakash Mishra, fielded by the Trinamool Congress against you. You have it? You really think you have a chance to win against Mamata Banerjee?
Well, very, very good evening, Arnab, and thank you for all the praises. But yes, I would start by saying that my fight is not just against an individual. My fight is against the misrule of TMC. My fight is against the bad and wrong governance of the present government. My fight is against someone who refused to quit the chair. My fight is against someone who is having these by-elections just because these are mandatory for her to retain her chair. So it is a complete fight to save democracy. It is a complete fight to save Bengal. It is a fight so that rule of law can exist.
But you can't defeat a sitting chief minister, Priyanka. You have to be practical. You can't defeat a. You can't defeat. These are all good. This is all good talk. But you can't defeat a sitting chief minister. The people of Bengal, who have brought back the Trinamool Congress with a huge margin, will not let their sitting three-time chief minister lose from a constituency where she won.
What happened in Nandigram? What happened in Nandigram?
That was a small margin. That was a small margin, and it was Shubhendu Adhikari's home base.
They won the, but it's a big. That doesn't make a difference. As you said, a three-time chief minister, right? So how does it matter? She says that we are there on the ground, we are there in the roots of West Bengal, but then why did she lose Nandigram?
But she lost it only by 1,000, about 2,000 votes. She lost by only 2,000 votes.
Doesn't matter. Losing an election by 5 votes is also losing an election. So like I am a Harawa candidate, so my opponent is also a Harawa candidate. So there is no need to say that that's a big thing or big name, Mamata Banerjee. You might call her big, and the others might do so. But for me, it is an ex-chief minister who kept quiet when the people of Bengal were being murdered, when the women were being raped, when there was complete vandalism. She was reluctant to admit that there was violence. She disputed this violence. Why? She was a chief minister at that point of time, and not just of the TMC. She was a chief minister of each and every individual of West Bengal. She should have raised her voice. Rather than that, she refused, and she kept on saying that there wasn't any violence. Although I made them lose a battle in the High Court once, and this is the second time that I'm going for it.
Professor Om Prakash Mishra, Mamata Banerjee's vote share in Bhabanipur was about 78% in 2011. But it came down to only 48% in 2016. Which means the constituency is no longer charmed with her. On top of it, you have the young, dynamic, aggressive Priyanka Tibrewal. She's from there. She says, I'm a local. Mamata Banerjee is a Harawa candidate. And she has the capacity to give a solid fight. After all, even Mamata Banerjee surprised everyone by defeating Somnath Chatterjee many, many decades back. Who expected Mamata Banerjee to defeat Somnath Chatterjee? But she did. At that time, the way you are smiling now at Priyanka Tibrewal, the same way the left leaders used to smile at Mamata Banerjee then.
Arnab, first I would like to tell you that I have not been pitted by my party to engage in a debate with Priyanka Tibrewalji. I have been deputed here as a representative of my party. I have had no idea that who is the other person participating in the debate. Secondly, I would like to tell you that, you know, on this particular day when Priyanka Tibrewalji has been fielded by India's ruling party at the center, you know, it is not, it doesn't behove me to be uncharitable. And so therefore, I would rather not engage in the polemics that which she definitely is very much entitled to, and she can go ahead. I just also wanted to point out, you know, I also contested the election, I lost. But here, why I am pointing this out, that Priyanka ji has contested an election here in Kolkata city, which is 2.5 kilometers away from the Bhabanipur. And then, you know, I don't want to rub it the other way. And then, of course, you know that what was the result and what type of the margin.
No, you say it. No, don't try to be half polite. You're being patronizing anyway to her. You say it directly. Say it directly to Arnab. Why are you saying I will not say and then you say it directly?
Major challenge in Bhabanipur has always been, not now, has always been about the percentage of people who go to vote, which is generally quite low. So therefore, this will be a challenge for us, and I suppose also for the BJP in terms of mobilization. So far as Mamata Banerjee and Bhabanipur are concerned, Arnab, you will appreciate that Mamata Banerjee has been member of the parliament, Lok Sabha, 6 times from South Kolkata constituency, since 1991 through 2009. And Bhabanipur constituency comes under that. She has always won that. Even when Trinamool Congress got only 1 Lok Sabha seat out of 42 back in 2004, she had actually won quite well from South Kolkata, including Bhabanipur. So therefore, so far as the election results are concerned, it requires no punditry about what is going to happen. What I would like to, I find it amusing, and of course you can correct it. BJP has released a list of their star campaigners. And here in Bengal, we have become quite used to have Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah come over, but then their names do not figure. Maybe that because it is a by-election, but then the type of importance that they want to give to this by-election, I was expecting that perhaps they would also like to come and participate.
You're being very patronizing towards her, I must say.
Nonetheless,
you're being very patronizing towards Priyanka Tibrewal.
Not that way. Yesterday only I had a debate with her. Yesterday she was not announced as a candidate. We had a debate in another channel. But today, she is fresh. She wants to contest the election.
No, what is it illegal to contest the election?
Today, I
is
don't
it
think that I
illegal?
would like to.
Is it illegal? Is it illegal to contest the election? Is it illegal for her to contest the election against Mamata Banerjee?
Not at all. Why should I say that? No, I have not said that. Or no, don't twist my word.
No, because
just merely saying
I'll tell you what you have said.
That what is
I'll tell you what you have
said against a national leader like Mamata Banerjee, and that also in Bhabanipur.
Look at the way you're laughing. Look at the way. No. One second. First of all,
Mishra, it is yesterday only.
Yeah. Okay. Yes,
it was
Priyanka.
yesterday only when you said that you need to be brave to contest an election against Mamata Banerjee. This is what you said yesterday. So I proved that I am brave, right?
Yeah, I can see that you are brave. You are brave, and then I am not actually adding much to Arnab's displeasure. Maybe I am not adding to any of your discomfort. I said that yesterday we had a debate. Today I do not think that is
but you did not,
nice and fine to have a debate with you. You want to debate BJP's policy. You want to debate. You want to debate Mr. Amit Shah. You want to debate Narendra Modi. You want to discuss RSS. I am ready to do so. Your candidature in Bhabanipur, it frankly
you
speaking,
have to tell me
that
why did you tell me yesterday that I have to be brave in order to contest in Bhabanipur? I questioned your intentions yesterday and I question the same today.
It seems that you
why
brave.
do I need to be brave to contest in Bhabanipur?
No, you did not
what is it
question my intention.
What is it there in Bhabanipur which is there in your mind that you will practice, which you preach, that you will practice? Once against anyone who contests in Bhabanipur.
This may not be your option. This may not be your option.
Let everyone understand your intentions.
You are talking as if you are very enthusiastic. Maybe it has been foisted on you. Maybe you are in this battle because your party has asked. I am not questioning that. But then if you think that you can derive a whole lot of satisfaction, can be all yours.
There is no question of maybe.
October,
I am in this battle, yes, because my party thinks that I am fit enough to be in the battle. Unlike TMC, where everything is decided by your supremo as to who will contest.
I also know about your party leader. I also know about your party leader, Tathagata Rai, who actually has said that the office boy is weak enough to contest the election against Mamata Banerjee. Arnab, may I get you here?
Then I think you have not followed the tweet of Tathagata Rai today. Then you have not followed the tweets of Sir Tathagata Rai today, where not one, he has given three tweets today, congratulating me and also saying that party has made a right choice And he
I
is very
think,
happy with what
Well,
I think
Actually,
Professor
so you
Mishra,
have to
Professor
tell me
Mishra,
that Tathagata Rai
Professor
was
Mishra,
comparing
one minute.
In your view,
One minute, Professor Mishra,
Tathagata
1
Rai
minute.
comparing you.
Professor Mishra, 1 minute. What Priyanka Tibrewal has accused you of, you have not replied. She has said that on multiple times you are saying that you have to be very brave to fight against Mamata Banerjee. Her insinuation is that you are trying to threaten her. Are you trying to threaten her?
No.
Isn't that, isn't that what you're saying, Priyanka? That's,
No, but Priyanka,
I think
did
that
not
is
say
what
something
Priyanka's insinuation here is.
He told me yesterday that you need to be brave to contest, and then he said, well, the lady is brave.
No. Arnab, that is not fair.
It is there. It's there on Twitter everywhere.
Another person.
No, also, don't you feel that,
No,
Professor,
I wanted to point out to you, Arnab, perhaps you have missed out. Perhaps you have missed out what Tathagata Rai said. Tathagata Rai, past president of BJP, former governor appointed by Modi Shah regime, he said that actually BJP should be asking Mr. Subodh, who brings chai and samosa.
you're very interested. You're very interested in what Mr. Tathagata Rai is saying. You're very interested in what Mr. Tathagata Rai is saying. That's all right.
No, I pointed this out since you
Tell me. There is a 65 to 70% non-Bengali population, I am told, in who you call Bohiragotos in Bhabanipur. So my question to you is, will you tell 70% you have been attacking them relentlessly? You've called them Bohiragoto, you've said they have no right. Now you'll go to the Bohiragoto and ask for the vote. Can you explain that? What if they turn around and say, but you called us Bohiragoto? We are more than two-thirds of the vote in Bhabanipur.
Bohiragoto,
Yes.
you have missed the point. Bohiragoto is the ideology, RSS ideology, dictated from Nagpur. It is not
This
about
what
the people
ideology
in
you are
Bengal.
adding now? You used to call...
Everyone who is in Bengal.
No.
Yes, RSS ideology. That is Bohiragoto ideology to the ethos of Bengal. And perhaps you have missed out what the Trinamool Congress point of view here is. And so far as Kolkata people are concerned, 60% vote we have got in Kolkata. Here in this election, only four months back, an election that Modi and Shah thought that they are going to win, hands down. And many of the
But then why are you saying...
that particular
but the first point you said there...
In no city, 60% of the vote actually came...
you see, Professor Mishra...
What is with the Trinamool Congress? That includes the people from all castes, all community, all language groups, all religious groups.
Yeah, okay. If Priyanka Tibrewal, right, is such a walkover, if she is so irrelevant, right, if this is a foregone conclusion, if there is nothing to do in Bhabanipur, why don't you say on television you will not even campaign? Don't campaign. You don't have to ask people for voting.
No,
say that Mamata Banerjee will not campaign in Bhabanipur.
We are taking the election very seriously.
No, but why take it when you got a lightweight like Priyanka Tibrewal according to you on the other side? But you called Priyanka Tibrewal a lightweight. If she's a lightweight, then why do you need to campaign?
Priyanka Tibrewal is respected person. She is a lawyer. She is contesting the election.
No, but the fact is, Professor Mishra, she stood with the people who are the subjects. She has on her own. She has represented all the people who were killed, murdered, attacked, maimed, raped after the election results.
No, well, that is not all that correct. You know, I did not want to pout.
But that is what she is known across Bengal for now.
So-called High Court case.
So-called
case.
Actually,
not at all.
So-called case.
No, please.
You call the High Court so-called. You call the High Court so-called?
On your television channel.
Are you disrespecting the court? You said so-called High Court?
She has been fielded by her party, well and good.
No, why did you call
it? By her party, well and good.
Okay, then
but
take
then
one.
If you are thinking
okay, then I before.
That she is very well known and that she has won some victory, etc. That is all that.
Okay, then I will do one thing.
I just very humbly I want to submit to you, point out to you that this is all not correct.
Okay, I'll just say one thing. I will offer in the last 2.5-3 minutes of the debate, I'll give Priyanka Tibrewal an opportunity to raise one point on the post-poll violence for which she has been fighting in Bengal, for which she is known in Bengal. Let her raise one point factually and you counter factually, right? Let's do that. Priyanka Tibrewal, your turn. Put out one fact, okay, and let Professor Mishra refute that after that. Go on.
Right. So we have seen that couple of times, and throughout the case, when the case was going on, they kept on saying that nothing is happening in West Bengal, there is no violence. Although the people, the oppressed people, when I was standing with them, I tried and I proved this before the court of law that there was vandalism going around everywhere. Women were brutally being gang raped. And someone who was a chief minister, a lady herself, she was quiet. She was mum on the entire issue because she was just not mum. She instigated the people. She said that I want that people of Bengal, one day they will write that we have not done BJP. These were the words of the then CM. She not just said that, she also said that the CRPF is here now. What will happen when they go back? So all these intimidation, this was coming from the then CM, who continued saying, and now also in the Supreme Court says that there was no violence in West Bengal. Now my question is, these people who died, these people who were murdered, they got a death certificate from the hospitals which are government hospitals. Now can he tell me that how these fake death certificates were given to people? Where it was
very
written
straight
that
question
killed,
coming your way.
Murdered,
very
hanged
straight
on tree.
Question. Yeah, did the people die automatically?
Raped,
no, I think...
where everything, the diagnosis was done in the government hospital.
Is it over? Can I come in now?
Yes.
Or no? Very briefly, I know you are also running out of time. Just 4 points. Number one is that the High Court has directed investigation, please. Directed investigation, no conclusion has been reached. Secondly, High Court also has found that there is no matching between the claims, exaggerated claims that was made and the reality on the ground. Thirdly, we find that there is a political motivation, attempt to defame West Bengal, and that is how and why all these investigations are not progressing at all. We found not only that the NHRC members were completely aligned with the BJP and RSS ideology, but rather they tried to defame the government of West Bengal in such a way that there is destabilization here. That
right.
has not worked.
Two quick counters you must allow me, and then.
In fact, the BJP, the CBI has not gone. The Trinamool Congress workers have been killed.
Just a line which I would like to say.
And the CBI is not trying to investigate that. And we find that all this is completely wrong. And then the entire... See, what do we learn from those who have presided over communal riots?
Well,
what do we know
this
from
is
those who
this is a very interesting battle, viewers. Just to tell you once again about the context for today's debate. About the context for today's debate. I'm just setting that. I as a political journalist, I like to follow interesting battles. And viewers want to put you this in context once again tonight. That we have Priyanka Tibrewal, very young, very young. Priyanka Tibrewal, upcoming lawyer, fights for the post-poll victims, fielded against Mamta Banerjee. Opportunity of a lifetime for her, but can she convert it? Now, you said, Mr. Mishra, last question. You said everybody is doing all this, talking about post-poll violence to defame the people of Bengal. Did people die to defame Bengal? You said everybody is a RSS worker. Were the people in hospitals who wrote out and signed on the death certificates RSS workers?
Well,
well, what?
That
well, what?
Post-poll violence.
Well, what?
Post-poll violence.
No, were the hospital staff RSS workers?
Complained, it has been investigated by the state government. No, why should everybody be RSS worker? RSS workers, they have been sorting supply here in Bengal. And in fact, they have been found to be lying. RSS was caught in Murshidabad. In Jiagon's case, they said that the RSS worker has been killed, and then it found out that it is a
said
simple
on an
murder
affidavit
case.
that there
When
was no
people are
violence, it
committing
was all
suicide,
being
you
done
are
to
trying to say
defame you.
BJP
Now
workers
suddenly,
have
after the
died.
CBI
So
steps
therefore,
in,
this is an
after the
attempt to
SIT
defame
steps in,
Bengal.
you
And
say
that
and
actually
admit
has
that
not
yes, there was
happened.
violence.
Are
So
you-
now
are
see,
you ready
people
to
of
say
Bhabanipur
on
are smart
third-
enough
on the third
to
of
answer
October,
that whom will
And
they
what a
support?
fight this is going to be.
A CM who was spiteful to the oppressed people of Bengal.
And what a
or to
battle.
the voice of protest.
What a battle. What a battle this is going to be. Bengal is one of the most interesting cauldrons of politics
Are you
and
ready to say that on 3rd October?
Well, she's-
Arnab Goswami ji, are you ready to have
I'll get you back on.
October?
I'll get you back.
Are you going to say that all these tall claims?
I'll get you back on the day of the polling and I'll get you back on the day of the result.
Mr. Amit Shah,
Professor Mishra, it's always a pleasure talking to you. It's always a pleasure talking to you. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Priyanka, Tibrewal, best of luck to all sides. Thank you very much.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Amity University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Century Ply and TVS Euro Grip.